If I'm coming on some softness, you're not gonna really grasp what I'm telling you.
That's not.
Right? And the thing about accountability is you want me to deliver it the way you want to hear it. Okay. Nah, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. You got to be able to embrace that. We as men, we embrace accountability. And women have to do the same exact thing and not get angry
accountability. I'm not
and
angry.
feel like.
All right, guys, so today we're going to be reacting to the season 2 reunion of the Pop the Balloon show. Okay, now for this particular video, we're going to be reacting to Brian's segment. If you guys remember, he was the confident man that refused to date a woman that had 3 kids by 3 different baby dads. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys remember that, but let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go.
There's clips of you on TikTok, Instagram, even Facebook. I don't even go on Facebook, but I've seen it on Facebook. So, Brian, you already know we're talking about you.
Right.
Let's go ahead and take a look at your journey on Pop the Balloon.
How many kids you got?
I got 3.
You got 3?
Yep.
How many baby daddies?
I have 3.
You got 3 baby daddies.
Yes.
Okay, how many kids you have?
I have 2.
How many baby daddies?
2.
2? Okay. So you didn't think after the first one that you wanted to marry the next one?
No.
No? How many kids
and your
you
preference?
have?
I have 3.
You have
25,
3?
18, and 12.
Okay, how many baby daddies?
2.
2. Okay, so there's no disrespect towards that, right? But I just want you to understand, when it comes to a man of top tier, right? We give you a few from one man. That's it. If you have multiple from a different man, that disqualifies yourself.
So it disqualifies a top tier woman from getting a top
That's
tier
exactly
man.
right. Why? Because there's billions of women on this planet.
All right, Brian. So you came out episode 15. I was like, Brian, what are some of your deal breakers? You said you don't have not one, not any. But as we saw, as you went down the line, you did have a deal breaker, and that was women that have multiple baby daddies.
Right?
So, you know, what do you, is that something you came out knowing, or?
Of course I came out knowing, but for that right person, I will compromise for that, right? And I think every man will compromise for that if they come in with multiple kids for multiple different men, right? Okay. We gotta like them like that. That was my deal breaker, but like I said on the show, then I would extend grace for somebody that I'm feeling like that. So that's what that was.
Okay. So then, why is that something you didn't say like up front when I was like, oh, what's your deal breaker?
Because after listening to the women, I don't know which one I was gonna like. You know, as far as their responses, who I was gonna attract or, you know, pull energy from. So I didn't really know who I was gonna feel until I heard what they had to say. So that's that grace part right there, right?
Yo, the thing about Brian that I like, although the show has already aired in past, he's still the same guy, okay? He is the exact same that he was on the show, that he's now on the reunion, and he's, you know, talking about in retrospect here. He's the same guy, right? The same demeanor. So, you know, you can't really say that it was for clout or he's trying to put up a front or what have you. You know, some people in the comment section were saying that kind of took it too far, but you know, it seems like this is who he is, okay? And it's funny because I actually had somebody reach out to me via email wanting me to hook them up with Brian, okay? They thought that I knew Brian personally and somebody actually emailed me to hook him up and, you know, to go on a date with Brian, which, you know, says a lot, okay? Although he was getting some detractors that weren't necessarily fond of his approach, there were a lot of women that were actually curious about him, and they kind of appreciated that he was being honest and straightforward on the show. But let's keep going.
So you're kind of saying like you didn't want to say that just in case one of them popped on you?
All of them would have popped if I said that.
He was testing the waters.
Yeah.
But he was giving nobody grace. Why are you saying
Well,
grace?
I mean,
you were giving no grace.
even though that
Sure.
we talked, me and this guy earlier, we was joking around. He said nothing wrong. Like, it devalues the woman when you go through multiple men and have multiple baby daddies. We don't want to deal with that. If you got 3 kids and 3 baby daddies, it's like, damn,
That's
your
crazy.
decision-making skills are horrible.
Y'all forget
Okay.
that y'all are the ones who
And
playing
then,
right there.
and
Facts.
then y'all forget that I'm 41 years old. I got a 25-year-old child. So you're basing your perception of me from 25 years ago.
Come on.
I'm not that person I'm not that kid that I was 25 years ago.
Speak on
And I'm
it.
not that young adult that I was 25 years ago. I've grown from that. I've healed from that. I now make better choices, better decisions.
Right.
And I live more of a healthy love life, you know,
Right.
than I did then. So you're gonna tell me, oh, well, you got this many kids, I can't date you.
No,
oh,
it's not.
but that happened 25 years
it's
ago.
not the number of
At what
kids.
point are you going to give grace? Like, at how long are you going to, I don't want to use the word punish, you know, for lack of better words, a woman for her past.
It's
Like
not-
Brian came out and said, I don't judge a woman from their past.
then
You know, we all
judged.
make mistakes. And then he basically just flat out judged.
That's the gentleman's preference. We're not judging you for how many kids. It's
Yeah.
how many baby fathers you got. If you
Okay.
get with a guy, and I'm 40 years old per
Yeah.
se, and I have 8 kids by 6 different women,
Yeah.
that says something.
And then everybody's situation is different.
That
Like
part.
4
we all
kids
have
and
different
4 baby
circles.
daddies?
But that's not
3
what
kids
it
and 3
was.
baby daddies?
My children I have by 2 different men, and I was in a 12-year relationship that was abusive. I escaped that by God's grace. I give thanks every day. And so when I moved on to the next relationship, I'm just looking for something better than what I had. And just because it was better doesn't mean it was for me. So when I realized this isn't for me, you know, should I marry this man just because society is going to look at me like I'm a failure as a mother or as a woman? Or no, should I keep going and look for what is really for me? I'm
I'm
not going to
having
say
kids
that
by
I've
this
made
man?
all the best decisions as a young adult. I never said I made the best decisions.
And that's
but-
what
Yeah, so here's the thing, and I get what she's saying. She's saying, hey, you know, we all make mistakes, and to be fair, you know, that is true. I mean, we do make mistakes, but, you know, unfortunately, the mistakes or the things that you did where you weren't necessarily thinking at the time, okay, giving her the benefit of the doubt here, they have consequences, right? I mean, that's what it boils down to. You have 2 kids by 2 different baby dads. Guys that are worth a damn, okay, high value, high productive, high capable men, okay, men worth a damn are going to take that into consideration. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. And she's trying to position it as punishment. And it's like, no. We got to weigh our options here, okay? Does it make sense to put myself in a situation where I now need to take care of 2 kids by 2 different fathers, okay? It's not just the children that I have to think about. It's also the baby dads, okay? What's going on with the baby dads? Are, you know, you guys still messing around? Are they coming around? Is it going to be drama, right? Are they seeing the kids every other weekend? Am I able to discipline the kids the way I want to? So on and so forth, right? There's just so many moving parts here. And, you know, hey, she has every right to look for a man to potentially be a stepfather. I mean, that's within her right. But at the same time, Brian has the right to not take that on. Okay, I'm just saying, if he's choosing not to take on that responsibility and he wants to build a life with a woman that doesn't have kids, he has that right as well. I mean, that is his preference. And, you know, you can't shame him for saying, well, how long are you going to punish me for making the mistake 25 years ago? And it's like, that's his preference. It is what it is.
referring to the
Yeah.
decision-making skills.
Yeah.
You know,
But that's now, yeah, that's in the past. So you're not gonna meet a woman and she tell you she stole a candy bar at 14 years old. Oh no, I
not
can't
the
do that. I
same.
don't do thieves.
She's always
she,
a thief.
yeah, she was a kid. She made
not
a
the same.
mistake. She ate that, and the candy bar is gone. So in my situation, I feel like I ate that. I ate that relationship that I went through. I ate being a young teenage parent. I ate it. Like the young kids say, you ate. I feel like I ate. I've grown from that. I'm not that person that I was.
the relationship
so why?
is awesome, but the kid, you're bearing the man's children.
All right. So, Janae, when you were having, you know, your conversation with Brian during that segment, what was going through your mind when he's asking you all these questions? Like, okay, how many baby daddies? How many kids? What was your thought process? Like, if you want to walk us through that.
I'm true to my core. I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm not ashamed of my 3 kids. And if I wouldn't have the 3 baby daddies, I wouldn't have my 3 amazing kids. I don't allow him and his judgment to define me as a woman or where I stand on today. It's his preference. He deserves a queen of whatever that looks like for Brian. But for me, you have to accept me as a whole with a 4 unit. So it's either, are you even equipped to hold down this 4 fort?
Here we go.
You can't judge me. I didn't take anything personally. I talked to Brian afterwards. I said, I don't take anything personal. I'm not mad at you. It is what it is.
It's a
my
preference.
person is my person.
You see how she's wording it though? Equipped, right? Like he's inadequate, right? If he doesn't take on this responsibility of my 3 kids and myself, this 4 weave package, yeah, you're not equipped, right? Borderline testing his masculinity a little bit. I mean, let's be real, right? Because most dudes would be like, well, I am equipped, right? So you're kind of playing around with his emotions a little bit. And, obviously Brian's not going to fall for the bait. But I mean, looking at the wording, position is everything, okay? Because she's basically saying, well, I'm looking for a real man. And if a real man is not going to take on this responsibility of this 4 package of my 3 kids, 3 different baby dads, and myself, then you ain't a real man, all right? You ain't equipped. You ain't equipped to take me on. Well, you don't deserve me.
People don't know how to live in reality. They want to live into society, and it's fake to me. I'm not with it.
Okay. And then I think Shayna, you wanted to say
So
something.
one thing I do want to say, which I said to you earlier, we all have our preference, which is fine. You might like them tall, you might like them short, you might like them with the kids. Right. But I think it was just your delivery that really was kind of tough to watch. So that's all I had to share. And we kind of chatted about it before. Everyone's entitled to what they like, but it's just the way you were speaking to the ladies, which was kind of harsh.
So speaking on that, Brian, do you feel like you could have delivered your message in a different way?
I think I wanted to deliver it the way I did, right?
Okay.
Because if I'm coming on some softness, you're not gonna really grasp what I'm telling you.
That's not.
Right? And the thing about accountability is you want me to deliver it the way you want to hear it. Nah, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. You got to be able to embrace that. We as men, we embrace accountability. And women have to do the same exact
Women
thing
do
and not get
embrace
angry
accountability. I'm not
and
angry.
feel like men
I'm
are
not-
aggressive
I'm not
and
being
feel like men are aggressive
You are being
when they're delivering what they're trying to say. Like, no, I wasn't disrespectful on the show, right? And maybe I could have delivered it a little bit softer, but
And
that's
then
not
James,
the route that I chose.
you wanted to say something?
Brother, the way you've been
Hold on one
talking-
second. James
Oh,
is going to go.
I wanted to say something about that. I understand both sides. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I don't care if a female has a starting lineup. You know what I mean? Like, I've
Come on,
dated girls that
James.
have multiple kids,
James,
and
come on.
I think that men think one of 2 ways. One is like, okay, you made horrible decisions. And then the other downfall could be, these are extra mouths to feed or bills, And for me, I love kids, like I'm a kids person, so I don't mind dating a woman that has kids. So that's all I wanted to say is like.
Can I say something? Brian, I don't think your delivery was 100% wrong, but there is a difference between you as a type of man and there's another type of man. There's 2 different types of men. It's your preference, and it's a man that knows that he comes into this world to be a leader, protector, provider, who also knows that you're going to take care of a family as a whole. It doesn't matter if they're your kids or it takes a village to raise these kids. I didn't take any judgment, but if you prefer a woman with 1 kid or you want some more with more kids, that's on you. You're just not my person, and I'm not mad at you. And I'm not even mad at the world. And I don't give a about anybody. If we can keep it G. I take care of my kids. They're well taken care of. I'm an independent woman. And I deserve a strong man who's ready to take care of a household. Not saying that that's not you or no other man in this world. Everybody got their own opinion. And I respect you 100%. It is what it is.
And let me, hold on, wait, hold on. And I respect that, I appreciate that, right? It's gonna be a special type of man that's gonna come in and take care of you and your unit. That's gonna take care of you and your unit, right? Because most men wanna start their own family, all right? You know what I'm saying? So why would we come in and be a stepdad when we know if you have 3 kids, then I'm gonna be the 4th? You're gonna look at me like the 4th, even if I'm taking care of the house, right? Because they're not mine.
Because you're not a baby daddy or a husband. Like, you're not gonna be a
You're
baby
the head
daddy.
of household. It's a different.
I understand that, but I'm not their real father, right? So I'm
But
not their
that's-
biological father.
And the tricky thing about that situation, you'll never come first. Never, okay? It's gonna be your 3 kids, it's gonna be her, family and friends, and then probably you, okay? So you're gonna be 5th or 6th on the list. Meanwhile, you're expected to put her and her kids number 1, okay? So it's just a bad deal, generally speaking. Now, you know, there's some guys out there that want to take on that responsibility. Different strokes for different folks, okay? That's, hey, if you want to do that, that's on you. But at the same time, you have to be aware of the potential risk and it not necessarily being the greatest deal and situation that you want to put yourself in, okay? Because again, you're never going to be first on that list. Again, you're going to be about 5th or 6th on that list, and you're going to have to assume the position of being the breadwinner and responsible for the finance and many other things that come with it. Okay, I'm just saying, at this point in time, she's probably in a position where, not necessarily in survival mode, but she's in a position where she's saying, okay, I need to make the best move for me and my kids. Okay, it's not necessarily going to be the best move for you as a man. Okay, and that's why you as a man, you need to look out for yourself and put yourself in the best situation possible.
And things come with that, right? It comes with, you may feel like, you know, I'm not raising your sons right.
Or you can't.
I'm a
whoop 'em.
dead this right now. I had a baby daddy that told me in front of my child, I am not his daddy. I don't need a nigga like that. And I said,
You don't want one.
I need a man
She
who
need
knows
a
who's
real
gonna
man.
come into a whole house. He's gonna take mine as his. He's gonna take me as his partner. It's one, honey. When you find a wife, you find a good thing. I'm not living into society or social media. This show, and I appreciate you guys, because this is real life. You show me the real deal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say too much more, but you know that is it.
If you guys were to get together, hypothetically speaking,
Who?
yeah, I'm just hypothetically
Just
speaking.
hypothetically, you and Brian.
You
Me
and
and Brian?
Brian. If you and Brian were to get together, hypothetically speaking, can he put his hands on your children?
What? Put his hands on my
As
children?
far
That's a real
yes,
question.
Yeah,
yes.
let's word that a
Can he?
little.
Well, we know what we're talking about. I mean, Brian, you understood what I was saying, correct?
Correct.
If your kids is acting up,
Yeah.
can he whoop your kids?
If
Like he
they
would whoop
need
his
it.
own son?
If they need it. I mean,
You
let's
just
be
have to
real.
be- you just
This
have
ain't
to
about
be
that, but let's
unrealistic.
be real.
If you're gonna whoop somebody else's kids, you just got to be ready for that repercussion.
The afterward.
Exactly. What
You
comes
feel
after
me?
that? Because as a father, nobody's gonna whoop my kids.
Exactly.
But that's the thing. He now has to think about that before he disciplines a child the way he sees fit, depending on that situation. Now, I don't really condone whipping kids in 2024, although we grew up on that. I mean, it is what it is. But hey, if he wants to slap him on the behind or what have you, he now has to deal with the biological father stepping in and saying, no, I'm not cool with that. Right? And who knows, he may be unhinged at the fact that, you know, someone else is disciplining his kids, and he may crash out and knuckle up, and you're now in a situation where you're defending your position. See what I'm saying? Like, it's just not a good deal, generally speaking, and it's a tough situation to be in, but let's keep going.
I am the step parent of somebody else's kids. I'm a whoop 'em.
But you're not
And
gonna
I
whoop 'em for
understand
nothing.
that that's
They can't whoop your
double.
kids, but
no,
it's different
because
ways to discipline
I'm ready
kids
to fight
besides
for mine.
whooping them.
Thank
I'm
you.
ready
I
to
got a
fight for mine.
5-year-old.
So
My son has never had a whooping.
listen, I'm ready to fight
Ever.
for mine. So I'm going to check you on that. And if dude wanted to check me on that, he has that
Yes.
right. And that's all I'm saying.
And,
is you
and those
gotta-
are the issues that
It's the
we
way to
deal.
do
And
it.
those are the issues that we deal with being a step parent. Like, and
Those
another
are the
thing that I want to
insecurities.
address is that, like, Brian, I've been hearing you talk since we've been here all day. Like, your demeanor hasn't changed. So I want to say, like, I don't think that you were aggressive at all. I think that you were being you. And I appreciate
Exactly.
that authenticity that you have been
Exactly.
bringing. And I still got
Appreciate that.
and I still got a couple more jokes in the back of my head for your ass too.
Okay, y'all, let's wrap this up. And so Chanel, you were like the queen of facial expressions.
I was.
And everyone was showing you like I was getting tagged all over Instagram like, look at this woman, like she's making all the faces. And I feel like most of it was during Brian's segment. So let's take a look at all the faces you were making.
That disqualifies yourself.
So it disqualifies a top tier woman.
But you're judging me on the fact that I have the choice.
No, I'm not judging you. That just means that I'm not for you. If you're gonna judge me because my second baby daddy didn't work out for me, then I'm not for you. You know, so I'm not judging
And I
you and your
understand that.
opinion
How many
and
kids
your
you have?
preference. I have 3.
So, you know what I mean? Like,
I appreciate it.
but you,
She said period.
So it's like when the mic was in front of you, you didn't say too much, but like your face was speaking for you.
I didn't even know the camera was on me.
Oh yeah.
You know, because the way you guys are very strategic in the way you set it up, so I thought the cameras was focusing on them. So I was just sitting on the side like, I had no idea they had everything on there. But that's just me in general. But it was a little shocking. Like Brian came out, like some people were saying in the comments, like swinging, like and everybody. I don't have any kids, so and also I was thinking like, I wish he asked me some questions because I'm gonna get them. But it didn't come back to that. It didn't circle back, but.
Okay. And then just to go ahead and wrap up Brian's segment, you are writing a book.
Yes.
Or you actually wrote a book already. So is it finished?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Go ahead
Perfect
and-
match. The perfect match. 7 keys to pop your balloon or find love. You can find it on Amazon for a pre-order, or you can find it on my website at perfectmatchbook.com.
But what is 7 keys? What do you mean 7 keys to?
Seven advices, 7 keys, 7 tips, right? 7 motivations, you know, to be able to pop your balloon like you did for me, right? Or find love like you did for Reggie. You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is.
Order 3.
Gotta buy the book.
About a book.
You gotta buy the book.
Marketing 101.
No spoiler alerts.
You were on our very first podcast that me and BM did, and we did talk a little bit about it. So let's take a little glimpse at that.
But you definitely want to pick this up right here. This is going to make a lot of perfect matches. It's going to save people a lot of time, right? This is definitely something that you want in your book collection. This is for all the readers.
So Brian, you said that this book is going to get people a lot of matches.
Right.
And then some of the comments during that podcast said, how is Brian writing a book about matches when he didn't even get one?
Right, and I saw that. Right, and I saw that. But, you know, every shot you take, you know, you're not going to make, right? But at the same time, there's humility in the journey, right? So I wrote the book so you can be able to take a different route or take a different approach than what I did so you won't get popped or for you to get chosen, right? So just because I didn't get a match, it doesn't mean I'm not gonna find a match, right? So my old lady might be somewhere else, I don't know. She might not be on the show, she might be watching the show. She might be waiting for me to come get her, wherever she might be.
She might be
right?
overseas.
It might be, you know, I might be a passport bro, right? Because our black American women tripping around here.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
no.
Y'all tripping, you dig? Y'all
Take
tripping.
accountability.
Don't have us go abroad and find somebody else that's of a different ethnicity when you right here at home. Please
They're
don't
not
do
making
that.
it back from home, from over there.
I like that nigga, man.
So is anybody here picking up Brian's book? Y'all
I'm
picking up
gonna
the
buy
book?
it.
Okay.
I support.
Good.
I'll just put it on the shelf.
How much is it?
It's $22.99.
Okay.
So it's reasonable. It's reasonable. It's $9.99 on Kindle. You can pre-order it.
Nice.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm glad you were able to write that book, and I do hope that you get lots of sales on it.
Thank
Yes.
And everybody reads in
Thank
on
you.
it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right.
All right, guys, so there you have it, okay? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section, okay? So shout outs to Brian, okay? He has a book here. He's, you know, promoting it, marketing 101. And, you know, listen, I'm not mad at it, okay? I think he was being true to himself on the show, the initial Pop the Balloon episode, okay? He wasn't, you know, wavering on his position. He was standing on business. He's still standing on business after the show has aired. Looking at the reunion, I mean, he's still the same guy, okay? So I have no issues him promoting his book, you know, shout outs to him. I might buy it my damn self, okay? Just to support the homie and, you know, his campaign and what he got going on. And it's fascinating because I actually received an email from somebody a couple weeks ago saying they wanted to be hooked up with Brian because they thought that I knew Brian because I did the initial episode reaction a couple weeks ago, I want to say. And somebody hit me up saying, hey, can you hook me up with Brian? Because I'm interested in Brian. Brian is a manly man, and this particular individual wanted to go on a date with Brian. Okay, so although there are some women that he kind of rubs the wrong way, but at the same time, there are other women that appreciate what he has to say. I think for the most part, he was receiving a lot of positive feedback from women. And the lady here in the blue dress was saying that he wasn't necessarily saying it the way she wanted to hear it. I mean, I hear what she's saying, to be fair, but really doesn't matter how you say it, okay? These modern women don't like accountability. That's just the reality of the situation. They don't. And as you can see, the lady that's, sitting right next to him is basically saying she wants a real man, okay? She wants a man that's gonna come in, be the head of the household, and take on that responsibility, okay? And she's basically saying, hey, if you're not doing that, then you're not the man for me, okay? You're not a strong man, okay? And it's like, really? Right? Like, that's what we're really doing. And, hey, she has her own preferences, I guess, and that's what she wants, okay? She wants a man that's going to take on that responsibility. And, like I said, maybe there's a guy out there, right? Maybe there's a guy out there that might take on that responsibility. I'm just saying. But let me know what you guys think. Provide me some feedback. And until next time.